Hey, and we're live right here tonight. Tech Talk Live here with me, the captain, and our power panel in here. The YouTube tools and mechanics. Did I just call everybody tools?
Yes, everyone is a tool in this live stream.
We are tools,
including yourself.
Fair.
Just possibly, but no, we're all here hanging out tonight, here to have a good time, just enjoying each other's company, taking questions from anybody as well. Everybody's going through one hell of a shitty week this week and one hell of a shitty few weeks. Thanks to all this coronavirus and crap like that and everything. So we're just trying to, help get things through and help get you guys through and maybe have a few beers and enjoy the time while we have it.
Right.
That's right. This week,
let's go, Justin.
Everybody
cheers.
Oh,
cheers.
Chad got a coffee. Ready to roll.
Still at work. I got a coffee for now.
Well, I was going to say also, good on you for doing your part, MC Baker. I see that they locked you in the Chrysler dealership.
I know. I'm the farthest away from the Chrysler dealership.
Yeah. We got everybody hopping in on the channel here.
Oh, where's live chat?
We're going to get us some live chat on here. We got this.
You're professionals.
Good viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
People have compared the stream to a garbage truck on fire.
That Honda guy says, okay, with the iced tea.
Iced tea. There we go.
There we go.
A couple guys hopping in from Ireland and all. Hey, how about that?
Wow.
One? Nice. That's cool.
Ireland.
Yeah. Said hello from Ireland.
Oh, all things motor. Hello from Ireland.
And an average Canadians on here. Some of them Canucks.
Yeah.
I'm getting my Ireland on this evening.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nice.
Goodness, that's what we're talking about.
Love Jameson.
And this one's an IPA edition. They brewed it in IPA barrels.
Well, that's a different
good.
one.
It's definitely got a nicer taste than some of the other ones.
Huh.
It's because it's kind of partially frozen still, but
I'll have to give it a shot.
That's a different one.
Like, who you?
yeah, finished in craft beer barrels.
Oh,
No, I'll get rid of.
I got it.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to have the fun.
Yeah, having your
Ron
fun.
drinking on the
Wait a minute,
pineapple lagers or whatever the hell.
I haven't seen those yet.
No.
Oh, Captain Ron's all about that pineapple ale.
Oh yeah, he likes the apple one.
And here is our first question for the night from Zach Taylor. Just wondering some opinions on a good starter box. Right now, he just has a 52-inch Craftsman top and bottom, 33-inch snap-on cart with 6 drawers. My personal first box was a snap-on 52-inch, but that was because I got half price through student discount. At home, I had me a Craftsman, good old 36-inch Craftsman at home when I started things out.
Follow up on his question. He says, I'm thinking about buying a Matco Triple Bay 4S from my school discount for $3,600.
Ooh, that's a good deal. So triple bay.
That's a good deal.
The power fucking things that you plug in the side.
That's not quite as good as
the USBs
deal that he got on the Husky box.
That's true.
That
I
deal
still love
he got
that
on
box.
thing was freaking smoking.
It was a smash
The
of
Husky 81-inch from Lowe's for $1,000.
You know,
I love
funny?
it. Still using it every day.
It's funny, Baker. I was driving by Home Depot the other day, and somebody was loading up one of them. I was like, "Look, somebody's buying Baker's box."
Lucky guy. It's getting close to me just wanting to get another one for home. Right now, I have my car in a little Husky box. I kind of just want a second one to put in the garage at home.
I mean, if you get it for that kind of a deal, I mean,
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I've got a retirement plan. This one dude that I would help on his classic truck from time to time, I'd come over and help him take stuff on and off that he wanted to replace, high-rise intake and so forth. Now, this guy, back in the 80s, Craftsman was a big deal, right? I love his style. This guy had Craftsman boxes, top and bottom, all the way down on both sides. And there was just for days. I mean, one section would have electronic stuff, wire, connectors, this, that, and the other, extra plugs. Another one would have distributor stuff and where you clean off the points and everything. Then he had wrenches and so. I mean, it was just phenomenal. I was like, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to line this entire thing with motorcycles and toolboxes. It's going to be great.
Just all toolboxes. You're going to do a toolbox tour of that, and it's going to take 32 minutes to go through 27 empty drawers per box.
30, I could stretch it out to 32 hours. my one toolbox tour that I first did when I was excited and I got the Cornwell 55-inch took me 45 minutes, and I kid you not, in one narration take, I was able to talk through the whole entire thing of silent film. I don't know how I did it. Just using my hands, I was able to just chat right in front of the camera as I'm watching it. 45 minutes talking to myself.
Nice.
Now ask me why I'm on medication.
Are you talking about self-medication?
No, well, that too, right? One goes hand in hand with the other.
Well, we got Shane Quiet asks if this coronavirus is affecting everyone's business, if we've had to stay at home or been laid off. I think I speak for all of us when it is definitely affecting most, if not all, business. I know we are deemed essential personnel, if that were to be the normal term
essential
right now. But a lot of people are not finding the work coming through because people are scared shitless to come out of their houses, let alone to get their car worked on.
Right.
Yep.
Even
even around here, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Justin.
Go ahead.
It's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Around here, some guys and I, we were discussing it earlier. I am at the world's busiest airport. I have not seen this area like this since 9/11. Flights aren't going anywhere. And so, thankfully, on my side of it, it's cargo. So, medical supplies, stuff like that going in and out, that helps. But for other airlines, it's completely dead. And I know a lot of people that have been laid off now.
So, as most of you know, about 3 months ago, I left the dealership to become a partial owner of a golf cart mechanic and rental company. This coronavirus has, can I swear?
Go for it. We're all
has fucked us so hard. Since this has started, we have had 3 golf tournaments canceled, 3 soccer tournaments canceled, 4 different golf outings. We rent golf carts to all the different graduations. Those are all canceled. Because of this, the company that I just joined, we've lost about $60,000 worth of revenue over the next 3 months. Our business is tanking. And this is with my father-in-law. And now if we could have seen this coming, I don't think what happened would have happened, because this has fucked us hard. And I know Kyle knows about it. I've been into him before.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks. No, coronavirus has fucked us. We're still staying afloat just fine. We have odds and ends. We service all the local hospital golf carts. And so we're going out to the hospitals constantly. And they're buying golf carts, which is nice. But yeah, so the VA hospital that's around here that's had so many confirmed cases, I've been there about 3 times this week.
Nice.
You just got to do what you got to do. But yeah,
and
coronavirus has affected.
When the virus stuff first started to be more and more serious, the first couple of weeks of that, it was relatively slow, and we didn't really see much work. But then this last week, believe it or not, I don't know if people started getting their tax checks, or maybe they just wanted to catch up and make sure that their vehicles were repaired so they can get to them from the hospital if needed. But Monday through Thursday was the busiest that we've ever been in like 3 weeks. Friday, it tapered off and was slow, so we all kind of checked out around 3. So we left a couple hours early. This next week, projectedly, the first few days are already jam-packed full of people trying to get their registrations and their smog stuff done and little check engine lights and whatnot. So everything's still kind of slow going, but moving in a forward direction, and hopefully it all passes soon.
We've gotten it pretty darn bad right now. We even have a really small shop but I've been talking with a lot of guys who do work in dealerships close to here and everything. So I've been hearing what they've had to say and what we've kind of gone through and everything as well. So at our dealership, we've only got 4 technicians. Plus, we got 2 of the hourly guys, and they were the first ones that. Sorry, man. These 2 high school kids. You're not going to be coming in during a lot of this stuff going on, and so they were done. We laid off 1 technician in the first week, and then going into this next week, it looks pretty grim. We've only got 3 appointments on our schedule for the entire next week.
No, we got 4.
Oh, 4.
We
My
got
bad.
4 now.
Yeah, 4
books, 1 per day except for Thursday. I don't think we have anything scheduled for Thursday.
I've been trying to get somebody to come in for that day, but we'll see.
Well, that's the thing. Used cars, that was all eaten up this last week. We went through all the used cars.
Yep.
We went through all the mass loads of recalls that were available on, the books for us. So that's about all that we had to be able to go through. As far as the coronavirus itself and what our dealership has been doing to combat that, in which I also definitely think that people should be taking this pretty seriously in a lot of that aspect, just because, in our specific area, we deal with a lot of older customers' vehicles who get affected by this quite a bit more than, the younger guys do. I'm not saying it doesn't affect everyone, but they are affected a lot worse. So when a customer comes in, we are generally not taking waiters. We ask people that if they are having their vehicle work done, they ask that they drop them off. Or if they are going to wait, we have only put like 3 chairs in our waiting room, and they're spaced like 8.5 feet apart. So you can't be anywhere close to anyone inside of there. They don't want you handing the keys to anyone. They want you to park the vehicle outside, leave the keys in it, to which the service writer will then go out to the car with sanitary wipes and spray and everything, spray and clean off every single surface that the technician is going to touch. Inner door handle, outer door handle, the inner door panel, the steering wheel, the shifter, the knob, the keys, everything. The glove box, the edge of the hood release. So they take care of all of that, spraying that down, and they put a big plastic cover over the seat, plastic cover over the steering wheel for us also. Then they'll bring the car in, do the write-up and everything, and then we'll get it. Afterwards, they take all the stuff off, they clean it down again, and give it back to the customer. Customer stays 4 feet away from, at minimum, from everybody all the time. But it's been affecting a lot of people. A lot of people have been very, responsive to it. They understand what everyone's asking. So we haven't had any, the old codgety guys that are like, I don't mean anything anyways. We haven't had any of those, thankfully. Right. But everybody's been fairly well responsive. It's just, in my mind, it's going to take a while. Even if the industry as a whole was to just say, okay, everything is good to go. You guys can start getting back out on Monday. I don't think people would get the urgency or get the feeling like, oh, yeah, I feel safe enough to go back out through all of this for at least another 2 weeks. At least that's...
Well, my wife has been keeping up with all the news, religiously, and she just texted me at 7:01 saying that Trump extended our social distancing until April 30th.
Yeah, he said that half an hour ago.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I don't know about your area, but around me, my problem is, I don't know if it's because I'm in a fairly large city. People are hard-headed, and they are not listening to this, and they're not caring. Driving to work, it's supposed to be essential needs only, grocery store, stuff like that. And I understand that. You can't tell everybody to stay home. The world has to move some pace. I'm seeing people jogging. They're going to every restaurant, fast through, drive through this out there. And I'm going, what part of stay home are you not understanding here?
Right.
And then they flip out, well, we keep getting it spreading. Well, go home. Stay home. And that's my biggest thing that I'm fighting right now. It's insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish people would take responsibility upon themselves and just stay at home to stop the spread. Like you were saying, I think hard-headed people just don't get it.
In our area,
Oh, yeah.
it was a lot due to the fact of the weather that Ohio still has been having. We, haven't really had a whole lot of good days. Today even was really warm outside, but like 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts around here is nuts. But still, just because it got up to like 60 some degrees, dude, everybody in the neighborhood was out doing freaking rounds and everything because they were generally the area that we live in is pretty secluded but conservative style people. So they were one of the first ones to kind of shelter in place and stay home. A lot of the soccer moms and everything live out here. So they've been having cabin fever really bad. So their one chance to kind of get out and walk around, that was today. Nope, we're good.
Yeah. That's been my hardest problem is trying to explain to both my daughters. I'm sorry, but your friends can't come over. You can't go and hang out with your friends. You can't do. That's hard. When you've got a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, when you got to just play with each other and make do. That's really hard.
My two girls are the same way. They're like, they look out the window and they're like, we still have our friends over there playing. I'm like, yeah, but you can't be around other people right now. It's like, yeah, they're over there, but they're not supposed to be playing together. They're supposed to be playing in their own yard, keeping away from each other, that sort of thing. And luckily my girls are old enough to where if I explained it to them, they understand it. So it's not that big of a deal. But
mine try to be understanding, and not to get sappy or whatever, but Ron, you'll understand this, having 2 girls yourself. The other day I got home. It's just one of those, you're bombarded with the black play all over the media. Then you don't know what's going to happen at work. And a friend of mine that works literally on the other side of the building, same building as I am, his job laid him off. I'm bummed out. I show up, my girls on the inside of the windows on the front of the house painted, happy spring and everything will be okay. And I'm just kind of like, shit. Leave it to the kids, I'm wanting to have a pity party, but they're just holding in there.
Salty turns to Mr. Sweet and Low.
My girls, they've got me wrapped up. I will fully admit that one. It's one of those, you got to take little things like that at this point because that's all we've got. Take just little moments.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably on the the lower percentage of the table on this one. I'm precautious when I go out into town, and if I have any of my girls with me or all of them with me, as far as what happens when we go in and out of a store. But I still send them off if they want to go over to so-and-so's house and play or whatever, or they want to go out in the backyard. I'll even still take them over to the baseball field, and we'll have a small little group, and we'll just play out there and get them out and about. I think, and this is just me, I know what's going on, but I just feel like it's a little bit over-exaggerated. And so I'm not all the way in, if that makes sense. Everyone's diving into the whole, we're all going to die. But you know what? There's been diseases growing around for many, many years. This isn't going to be the first, and it's not going to be the last. If I get sick, I get sick.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that statement. I mean, there's been a lot. I mean, especially here in Ohio, the governor has been super aggressive on his stance.
No kidding.
Of what to do and what not to do, and what you need to be doing, what you don't need to be doing, that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, kudos to him for being on that aggressive stance. But sometimes there's like a point where it's like you're just pushing that almost crazy level. But I mean, and this was explained honestly by I think Kyle's wife the other day. It was like it's better to be overprotective and not have a PR nightmare for the government than would it be to be too lax and then all this happened and then the government's being blamed for it. Mm-hmm. So I understand where the overprotectiveness of everything comes from.
Political correctness.
Yeah, political correctness, I guess you could say. But
I like the thought of just going real hard for a short amount of time and get it handled. If we could just shut in for 2 weeks, get it handled, get the fuck out there, it would be good. Instead of just,
you're asking 7 billion people to do the same thing at one time, right?
Just the people around me. Who gives a fuck about them?
I was going to
Just clear up Ohio.
it's never going to be just 2 weeks because you can carry it for 2 weeks before you even have symptoms. So that's 3. And if people get it intermittently, it's like a recall. Just because you bought 10 new cars doesn't mean they're all going to have the same exact software update at the same exact time, or they're going to come in for their first service at the same exact time. It's going to be intermittent. This thing will go on, mark my words, for at least 6 months up to a year before it's been rectified and anyone can move forward.
Here is my only thing, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Justin, by any means. You know your area, your kids better than I. With how it's spreading in my area, plus my mother-in-law and I both caught it when we were at Disney World. It's like I told my wife, I would not forgive myself if I did something to accidentally pass it on to my kids. That's the reason why I'm so precautious now. I know what it did to me. I know what it did to mother-in-law. I can't risk that. You know, my kids are my life, and that's where I draw my line. You know, am I being over precautious? Maybe. I don't know, but it's one of those. I know I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
My daughter hasn't left the house. I'm the only one that goes out to the grocery store, gets food or anything. And when I come home, my wife makes me take all my clothes off in the sunroom and change into clean clothes and wash my hands. But it's good for the daughter. I'll do whatever it takes.
That's what all into, you know, get in the sunroom, get naked, you know, play a little doctor role. I mean, that's cool. I get it.
Yeah. It's exciting when people can see.
Hey, I mean, we all got a thing. You do you, man.
Time to make some money on Pornhub, bro. Get that unemployment check, then go on to Pornhub and make you a few $50 per hour or whatever. Like
hey, I'll take it at this point.
Caught the MILF rummaging through my pantry, and then, or caught the babies, and then there you go, making money.
Scroll through Pornhub
so the one good thing that came about this,
Corona's this.
The one good thing about this for me personally and professionally, we've been renting this lot that's massive, and my wife, she does all the bookkeeping. I think it's like $7,000 a month rent. So through all of this, we started looking around. We found a different shop right off of 75, and it has 2 heavy-duty lifts and 2 2-post lifts, which is right up my alley. And it's way bigger inside, so we're looking at doing golf cart storage over winter for people, and it's going to get me into a nicer shop, I think. Not as much land, but a much nicer shop.
Hey, I can't hate on that one. Everybody wants
that's going to be nice.
Their own bigger shop at home. I know I definitely do.
Me too.
Oh, that's not at home. That's for the golf cart.
Somebody asked on here just a few minutes ago, anyone else's tool dealers not running routes this week? So this week we had our Matco guy did come on Monday, but our Snap-on guy made an announcement on Monday evening that he was not going to run his route. And I think that's probably the best idea because, to be honest, especially for us essential personnel, that's probably one of the biggest carrying hazards in
I want to get on a tool truck.
Is a tool truck somewhere. Everybody's nasty grubby hands are going and touching. And honestly, are you washing your hands before going to a tool truck? No. The guys aren't doing that.
Everybody unanimously. Nope.
The airport has requested all the tool trucks to stay out, and but my Matt guy, he's making weekly runs. He's telling everybody, if you need something, let me know. We will have a place we will meet in the parking lot. You're not getting on the truck. If you need a tool, I'll swap it out. I'll sell it to you. We'll just like throw it out the window at you. But no, you're not getting on the truck.
That's what our Snap-on guy is doing also. They're not bringing trucks around or anything like that. They are just saying, hey, if you have anything, text or call us. And we're also going to be running specials on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and where they'll still sell things to you. But like I said, you were saying, they'll drive their personal car out. And just for you got one tool for this one run, nobody else is touching anything.
Yep.
I think that's the best
they
thing
will skip that thing across the parking lot before giving it to you.
Yeah, then it'll end up looking like that tool you found in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Literally, so I'll post something on it this week on Instagram. I was driving down the road.
Oh, sorry, I will say that my hands have never been as clean as they have been the last 2 weeks as they have been for 10 years because I'm a dirty motherfucker. But with everyone, old people and their nasty ass viruses touching shit. I mean, I got the gloves and I got the this and the that, and it's old people that's getting it. So no offense to the old people out there.
For the first time in my life, my hands are so dry. They're like cracking.
You know, a lot more retirement homes open. So if you need a place, now's the time to apply.
Oh, that if you need a car right now, if you have a job and you can still make the payments, have you seen some of the the rates and everything that some of the big manufacturers are?
Oh God, they're doing right 0 for 84 months with 190-day payment.
At the top right now, 0% for 84 months plus no payments for 120 days.
Dang.
I mean,
yeah, that's Chrysler and Chevy doing that.
You get both of them. Chrysler, you only get either no payments for 90 days or 0 interest for 70 months, something like that.
No, it's the entire life of the loan.
I know, but it's not up through 84 months though.
Okay.
See, that's what still gets me. You know, the service department staying open, I understand that. How is it that selling cars is considered essential? That one still, I can't get down with that
one building thing. Because our service department is open, we're keeping 1 or 2 sales guys on staff. Because the building is open.
Yep.
Hey, if your car runs like crap or barely runs at all, and you need to trade it in for something new, taking out payments, and you think maybe your life expectancy is only a month or so, you don't got to worry about making the payment then, but you still get to and from.
I'm saying.
I mean, a little dark.
So if I come down with Corona, it's time to go get a C8 bat.
Someone
I
recently
would like to have a new C8.
Huh?
Yeah.
I would love to have a new C8.
Oh God, yeah, dude. They're so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it'd be nice.
I'm still waiting on somebody to come out with a nice twin turbo C8.
Yeah.
It's
with a
gonna
manual.
happen. Manual conversion, yeah.
They're essential.
I mean, in a way, video games and techies, yeah, it is pretty essential right
That's
now.
all I've been doing.
Make sure everybody has video games and.
I mean, GameStop was saying that they thought that they were essential and should stay open.
And I mean,
I believe that would be essential considering how many people got to stay at home. You know, that's an essential piece of entertainment.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Just like
That's
I read an
all
article,
I've been doing.
Pornhub hit its all-time high profit margins ever this last week.
That's because I uploaded a video. I can get views there, not on YouTube.
He said, I'm done with the YouTube thing for at least a few months. You guys can catch me over at Pornhub. Check out my Instagram if I can.
I didn't know Pornhub had a magnifying feature though.
Oh yeah, it's in Microsoft Movie Maker.
It's all
The special effects are awesome.
Can you imagine right now being March, so in December and January, you imagine how many babies are going to be boomed out.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was going to say. We're about to have the next baby boom, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Jimbo Chop, I don't think anybody is actually really busy through all of this except for fleet maintenance guys.
Did you guys hear about the dating site for Corona victims?
This guy.
Uh-huh. He's busy because he's not dealing with customer cars. Fleet maintenance is where it's at right now.
When I cut my camera off earlier, I had to walk over and cut off a Cummins 3.3 that I had running.
It's funny.
You know what helps a Cummins run really well? It's if you don't use a paper towel to hold the fuel filler and drop it into the fuel tank and so it picks it up in the fuel line. That helps if you don't do that. They run a lot better, I swear.
You know, it's funny, Chad. Me and Kyle were talking about you today because I don't think we've talked to you since, but we both got your message that you sent us.
Yeah. Hey.
And we both looked at it.
I'm just saying, you got to admit, it would have been pretty nice.
And here's the funny thing about it. I didn't say anything to him about getting the message. He didn't say anything about me getting the message, about him getting it. And we looked at it and we're like, damn.
I try to hook y'all up, man. What did I say?
Yep. It makes more sense for him, but for me, it's not quite there.
Hey, Ron, I'm telling you, if you met the qualifications,
This is true.
it'd be
I do.
pretty good, especially right about now.
Yeah, it was pretty legit a good job.
Yep.
Let's see here.
For those of you wondering,
Yeah,
I sent them a link to a job application for my company. So just trying to hook people up. That's all.
Yeah. We'll go over the small highlights of it. Hourly job, $25 an hour. Starting, basically doing fleet maintenance.
Not flat rate.
Not flat rate, guaranteed 40.
I don't
Insurance.
know. How much is that per year?
$25 an hour, 40 hours a week, whatever. Maths are hard.
Okay,
With a calculator.
Kyle's doing the math.
24.
That's the
That
reason.
would have to be close to like 56,000.
So without any overtime, 52 to 55,000.
I was close.
I'll take a pew job over messing with fleet. That's just working on the daily grind. The same thing every single day. I'd get bored to tears. I'd rather be overseas for pew.
Not with,
We're going to add another stream in here real quick. We've got Brian Elsick from How to Automotive. What's
There's
up,
a man
Brian?
I want to talk to. How's it going, Brian?
guys?
how's it going?
All right, how's it going?
Welcome to the chaos.
Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me all okay?
Yeah.
Yep, not too bad.
Awesome. What's going on? I was driving in. I was trying to get here in time, but I had my kids today, so
Got to do what you got to do.
We understand.
yeah,
We all got him.
Yep.
and I had to come to the shop because I don't have a private spot in my place to do something like this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, that and
Probably just
I
head
was
up to the
talking
garage.
we were going to have Clay Kuhn was going to come on too, but he's like, man, we actually closed down the shop and I can't get in where we have Wi-Fi. So I don't have that great out of my house. So I'll just be there and I'll watch.
Right, yeah, I was having a little technical difficulty. I got here about 15 minutes ago. I was trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. I've never gone live before. It's pretty cool.
How about that? Breaking his live stream cherry.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have picked a better channel, but we're glad you picked this one.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
So how is it out in California?
It's a little crazy. Everything is shut down, beaches, parks, all that stuff. So that, and they're getting more and more strict. I actually saw some National Guard roaming around. I don't know if they're going to employ them or not, but I've seen them around. I don't know.
You guys getting fines like we are? Which part of California are you in?
San Diego.
Oh, so you're not too far away from me. They started enforcing fines in Palm Springs, Cathedral City, and Palm Desert if you're not going to and from work. They're talking about doing the same exact thing up here in Yucca and Joshua Tree. 29 Palms, no one can get on and off post, so that's been locked down.
Yeah, they're threatening to do the fines here too. And there's a crazy little video I saw the other day where the motorcycle cops on the beach. He's like, "Hey, you surfer, get out of the water, go home." The guy just ignores him and gets in the water.
What are you gonna do?
Come and get me.
Yeah.
You know, grab me and put me into your little car.
Honestly, if you think about it, he's got the best idea because who's going to be closer to 6 feet to you while you're out there surfing?
Yeah, no one. But
They're
Gonna get jaw sick.
here.
What'd you say, Dal?
I said there's two people that cops don't like chasing: surfers and motorcyclists. That's it.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Put the siren on if you're on a bike and you go pew, and they go and they turn it off and they just turn around and go.
Hey, I'm gonna try to turn my thing here sideways and see if it does better. Tell me if it messes anything up.
There you go.
There
That's
you
good.
That's better.
All right, cool.
You don't look like you're squished.
Right,
Now,
right.
around here, we have the shelter in place, laws and everything that we have, but it's one of those things where the police officers around here, I know quite a few of them, they are not in any kind of way, shape, or form going to be enforcing any of it. There's like, yeah, we want to touch as little amount of people as we possibly can. So, yeah, you're doing something dumb and small, you're probably going to get away with it. You're slightly speeding, yeah, we're probably not going to pull you over for anything right now. The least that we have to deal with the public, the better. So the whole thing of the state governor saying, "Oh, there will be fines and you could, be taken to jail for up to 30 days." Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that's not. They're
That's
letting
gonna
you
happen.
out of the jail here.
I think the
But
biggest
anyway,
reason
guys,
in California is because they told people to stay inside if you're sick or if you're not going to and from work, and it was a request. And then everyone decided it was spring break, and they all loaded up the beaches, and they were like, "We just told you to stay in your house."
Yeah.
That's the reason why they started pushing fines.
Yeah.
I'll say Florida
anyway,
was the same
I've
way.
got to hop off, but thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, good talking
All
to you.
If anybody
Take
has
care.
not checked out Everyday Fleet Tech, please go ahead and do that. Mr. Salty himself and his YouTube channel.
See y'all later.
Bye, Chad.
Well, is everybody still working?
Yeah.
Nope.
I say nothing.
Nope.
Baker's
I
not.
think I'm the only one out.
Yeah, Baker's the only one right now who is getting the long and hard end of the stick right now.
Oh yeah.
Which, if you haven't checked out his
Sorry.
Pornhub channel, he also goes by MC Baker.
MC Baker.
MC Baker.
MC Bake.
MC Baker.
I mean, he does look like he's wearing the gold wrapper chain with his headphones on. So
Right, we got to plug in his Pornhub site,
yeah,
There you go.
plug that porn.
Shit.
Which he
Gotta get me
does by
somewhere.
MC
You know,
Baker.
rolled up in a freaking golf cart with wire spoke gold rims. Got the
What he would do it.
That dude, you have to do it now.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get right on that.
Question. I got a serious question. Can you put hydraulics on a golf cart?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I seen it.
Yeah, 100%.
In California,
I gotta
doubt it.
Yeah. No,
I got a guy that I work with who just put a four-wheeler. It's like a Polaris 600 into a golf cart with a Polaris rear end on it. He's scared to drive it. It'll go in a straight line, but he does not want to turn it. That thing will roll so fast.
I was saying that during all of this, if they were to go to something even more stringent than it is right now, Ohio is like, it's right next to Kentucky, where it's the Wild West, where people don't really care about what the police officers say or do a lot of times. So, if they tell everyone to stay shelter in place, that damn well, I got this new side-by-side. I'm going to be out ripping around in it. And they're like, no, you got to go back in your house. Come and catch me.
Yeah.
Let's see this happen. Because if they do, this is going to make the best YouTube video I've ever put out.
Yeah. How fast does your Can-Am go?
Like 90 mile an hour in the field.
Time-wise now that you can time it?
Yeah, now that I can 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds.
Oh, it's awesome. Jesus. Oh,
It does awesome four-wheel drive burnouts.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the chat over here, see what everybody's doing.
Jim Johnson has
Jim
a
Johnson.
whenever he asks it.
Yeah, we are taking questions, guys. If you want to, go ahead and feel free to put them into the comments in below here. We'll get to them hopefully as quick as we can
Somebody had
here
one a
for
minute
us.
ago. Hang on.
Try to keep up with them as much as we can.
Someone or Steve Boyd asked, "What did everybody book last week?"
Last week we still kept fairly busy, and I booked just at 50 hours last week.
Yep, and I stayed pretty busy as well, and I booked 45.
I did 63 last week and 32 this week.
Ooh,
I got
Yeah.
my 40. I
Big
got my
drop. Yeah.
So Jim Johnson has a question: which is bigger, a Snap-on tool loan or a 4-year student loan?
well, what is bigger or what is smarter to get?
Right.
Because a Snap-on tool loan is a
It's smarter.
ridiculous interest rate. absolutely stupid. A 4-year student loan is probably at a 2.5% interest rate. Much smarter to get right now.
Which also is being deferred for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, with an education too.
Exactly. Now, if the tool companies were smart, they would come out with something really big right now in the way of interest rates. And I've been contacted by quite a few people trying to figure out what they're going to do and whether also if they're going to take care of their franchisees or not, which all the tool companies have not said. They came out with a new thing for people who fill out new credit applications and purchase at least their minimum, which with Matco and Snap-on, I think the minimum for their credit is like $300 in purchases that you have to make to be able to get it. So if you get that $300 purchase, then you can defer your credit loan for up to 90 days. So for the guys who are laid off and they can't pay their bill, they're not case by case. They may do something different, but across the board, they are not deferring those payments unless you make another payment for another $300, which I think is kind of shysty on that one. Well, like I said, they said, well, you can call into our line and we're making a case by case basis. You can't keep up with all the guys who are getting laid off on this to do that one.
Mm-mm.
Can I do a little plug in here?
Go.
Student loan, Snap-on loan. Look, if you're already asking about Snap-on and student loan, chances are you're already looking at both. But before you do the student loan, might I just say that there are thousands of grants and scholarships that are available that nobody applies for when they go to community college or to a tech program that's just free money. So you might not even have to take out a student loan, but you actually have to fill out a paragraph, tell a story about yourself of why you deserve it, et cetera, et cetera. And Kyle has his own little scholarship fund that he's been putting together. Kyle, you want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the grants and scholarships and things that are available to students that are not using it?
Oh yeah, there's tons of them. I had done one. I don't have it anymore. We gave them away to some of the students already in the way of tools, because there's so many available right now that the schools are having hard times getting enough people within their the schools to write the actual grants. Like, people are trying to give more money to the industry for grants and scholarships like these, but they're not even getting half of them written. So a lot of the people who are asking for these scholarships and grants, there's tons and tons of them available. I mean, just at the local community college that we have here, they've got grants from multiple high school levels that allow you to get different entry-level scholarships into it. And then on top of that, just for filling out the application, they have like $1,000 or $1,200 tool grant. That's just all you have to do is be a student there, get passing grades, and have a job. And here's like $1,000 or $1,200. There's lots of them out there. You just got to be willing to fill out the actual paperwork.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I went through school, it was funny. We're talking about this. I went through school, and I even tried getting some of them, and for whatever reason, I didn't get any of them.
That's weird.
Like, I've submitted application after application to get, scholarships or grants or whatever I can get, and never heard anything out of any of them.
I don't want to put salt in that wound, but I didn't fill out anything after high school, and I got 3 different scholarships and grants.
You suck, McBain.
For my college.
I do.
You both suck.
I didn't fill a single thing out. And on like the ceremony where they announce it, they call my name. I'm like, what?
That's funny.
Discrimination of old people. That's what it is.
Yeah.
35-year-old guy going back to school. They're like, he don't need money.
Yeah.
No. Lost cause.
Yep. Then come to find out, I was like kind of top of class.
Yeah, exactly.
And I dropped out.
Now, going back on with the tool truck guys, so we were talking about the tool trucks earlier and not running their routes and everything. I wonder if Snap-on or the Mac or Matco is going to start taking care of their dealers, because those big tool companies have not put out anything on whether they're going to offer deferments or still tool allowances. Because if the tool truck drivers, if the franchisees don't purchase a certain amount, then they lose, I guess, their ratings. So the availability for you guys yourselves to get credit on the tool trucks is indefinitely, I guess, how well the tool truck franchisees are in the credit system also. So if they're not making their payments or not buying enough tools for their franchisee, then they're not able to offer you good enough deals or enough in the way of credit when you do want to go make any kind of big purchases. So it's going to come down the line eventually if they don't start getting their act together, which since they haven't already, they're pretty far behind the 8 ball. And I think it'll be hurting the tool truck industry coming around in the next 2 weeks.
I think the tool truck industry is in a trouble by itself with all these other online companies coming in.
Yep.
Agreed.
Massively. And with their credit, I don't see how they're able to offer with in-house credit, still trying to get 20-30% interest rates out of these guys anymore and getting away with it.
That's insane.
I think it's to the point where
insane interest rates on insanely priced tools.
Yeah, I think legislation is going to be coming to the point where they're going to be taking care of that. Kind of like back when it was about, I want to say it was like 8 or 10 years ago, where they took out the buy pay here loan places, the predatory lenders, cash for your paychecks ahead of time. They took those out of the business because they were predatory lenders and they were charging these guys 30+% interest for things that they needed to do just to get by.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Question from Nicholas. If you guys love what you do, care about your customers, would you work on their cars after hours knowing that you'll get nothing nothing paid? So I have a little answer to this. I don't 100% love what I do. I care about the customer, but not enough to like really work on something really after hours unpaid. But I will say this. There have been a few times that I've had customer cars that needed to leave that night. And I love and respect my boss, who's the one that gave me my job to begin with. And I'll stay for him to help take care of the customer. And I'm not worried about getting paid because there's no overtime. So once that clock stops, it stops. But I'll still finish the job and do it because I respect the man that hired me on to begin with. So that's where I'll end up finishing the job. As long as the customer is respectful and says, please, 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 I need this, we'll stay open for an additional hour or two and fix it. That's because my boss is asking us to. Most of us, we're like a family, so we'll just take care of it.
Yeah.
But after the fact, if they have my number and are like, hey, I'm a customer, can you come work on my stuff over here on the side of the road? That's what a tow truck's for.
Yeah, I'll stay late to finish a job, but not take on a new one.
Right.
And I'd be the same. I'd be in the same boat. I mean, if I needed, like, if I was in the middle of doing something and 5:30 rolled around, I'm not going to, drop all my tools and walk out. I mean, if I'm in the middle of like trying to replace something and I want to get to a good stopping point, I'd work a little bit extra to get to that stopping point. But unless it was like, the higher ups asks, hey, we need this done, I'm like, it's going to be there tomorrow and you can finish it tomorrow, unless it's some sort of like super, super rush job. But those are kind of few and far between.
And I'm also willing to condone being able to help people out in hard times. People are going to have harsh situations and everything, but the further that I've gotten in my career, I've also come to the realization of doing the free jobs for, those family members or friends. They don't come by nearly as often, or I'm not as willing to be able to do them for that free or extreme discounted, because I know what my time is worth, and my time is worth more than anything because of the amount that I spend away from my family. So if I have to spend time away from my family, that's already outside of me working my 7:30 to 5:30 p.m. job, then it's going to have to be worth it to take me away from my family. So a lot of those extracurricular things or those extra jobs for taking care of those less fortunate people, unfortunately, have been cut down quite a bit. I've helped people out here and there, but I don't work for free because it's about the time away from my family more than anything.
Right. Yep. But now, like most of them, I don't know how you deal with family asking for repair stuff, but I've got a lot of poverty-stricken family members, And I've done stuff for free, and there's been times that I've just paid to not only pay for the part, but offer them the labor for free because I know that they don't got it. And it's like, look, if you relax, sit aside, play with the kids, whatever, hang out, I'll fix it. I might even shoot a little video on it and whatever, and then you don't have to worry about nothing. I'll just take care of it and handle it. So, you got to take care of your own too. That's my thought process too when it comes to family. You got to take care of your own.
Yeah, family is another, kind of edge to it. I personally say that with my family, I do everything I like trading services. Even if it's friends and everything, hey, if you want to help out the family and do some babysitting for, our kids, then sure, I will fix your car for the cost of parts and the like. So I like being able to trade time back for it. Ultimately, it's about time. Bill Beckett asked, are people still doing vehicle maintenance? I picked up a few jobs due to people at home and can spare the vehicle right now. I've seen that, but not nearly as much in our dealership. If people are coming in, period, then they're wanting to have the car there for as little time as possible because they don't want to be around. There's been that one or two circumstances in which we can, upsell a couple things because, oh yeah, we're not driving right now anyways, but not too often is that happening. More along the lines of getting the fleet maintenance in and through, because those guys, they don't care how much it costs. It's all about can you get it done today and get it out today? That's it.
Now, on the flip side of that, I know I've seen within the last week or two, several vehicles that come in. They're like, hey, we want oil change done, we want tire rotation done, and we want stuff checked that's on the maintenance schedule. So cars in at 70,000 miles, they want to actually have everything checked that's supposed to be done at 70,000 miles or even 80,000 miles for that matter.
I think a lot of that is because service writers are pushing that now too, because they're bored as all can get.
And if that's the case, then good on them, because that's not only A, giving us work, but it's also B, taking care of the customer's vehicle, since either they don't want to or they don't know about it. So regardless of whether they're pushing it or not, it's still a good thing. But I know for the longest time, I never saw anything like that. And then all of a sudden I've had like 2 or 3 of them last week come up and they're like, hey, they want their maintenance schedule stuff checked.
Gotcha.
And we've just been upselling maintenance, but pretty much it has to be broken for them to fix it now.
Right. You find that people are a lot more picky and choosy about what they're getting off of those quotes?
Oh yeah, definitely. We've had to we've made big lists of repairs, and they've like, we'll do the minimum. They want their window to roll down so they can order the fries.
Got to get them windows working.
Yeah. Or you can be like Greasy Monkey and pick up the jobs in his own driveway where he has a crank no start.
Yep, his truck.
Self-diagnostics.
There you go. Now, are you guys doing anything to help bring in business in your shops? So in our shop, we're offering half-price diagnostics. So normally our dealership is like diagnostic is like $105, $110 just for the first hour. So we're doing half-price diag on check engine lights for local customers. Plus, Chrysler is saying that they are giving us money for picking up and dropping customers off. Mm-hmm. So within 20 or 30 miles of our dealership, we are offering to go and pick up a customer's car and bring them back for free.
I don't know if it's for free.
It's for free.
I thought it was $25.
We get paid $25 from Chrysler.
Oh.
Don't you guys got a shuttle driver, though, that usually does all that?
We have an hourly, lot guy.
Because we had a shuttle driver at the Chrysler dealership, and before any of this ever happened, that was his job. To and from to drop parts off to other shops that were buying from us, and then to and from dropping customers off.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we got one of those.
But no, currently things have not got so serious to the point where we've had to make any offers or special cases for people coming in. Most people that come in, they're more than willing to pay whatever they got to pay. They're like, hey, just need my car fixed, yada, yada, yada. Things are crazy. How much to do this? Okay, here you go.
we keep a pretty good log of our customers' maintenance history in our system. And so when we get slow, we just call them up. Hey, we got time to do this maintenance that we talked about the last time you were in. If you're wanting to come in, come on in. That's kind of what we've been doing, and it's been working for us.
That's good. At least you haven't had to go to drastic measures or anything like that yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Unfortunately, in our area, we are a smaller town. So the town that we live in is about 20,000 residents, and within that small town, there are 28 or 30 commercially licensed mechanics or dealerships or whatever, working, for people or on cars commercially. So there's a lot of people trying to get jobs done on the side right now. So things are going very, very slow.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if they're still paying full rate. Even with the discount, yes, that's just to get people in the door. They're still giving us our full rate on that.
V8 Gaming wants to know when McBake's going to do a toolbox update tour.
As soon as I can get in the shop, man. I was planning on it, and then we went on lockdown. So
yeah,
it's locked up. I got about 3 bags of tools here at home that I figured I might use.
Speaking of,
that's about it.
Speaking of toolbox tours updates, if you guys haven't checked out Mr. Rust Belts, he just uploaded one, and I actually did one while I was in the shop yesterday, which I've got.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, I'm actually got one coming. It's only been 62 days since I put out a video, so I figured it's about time I hop back into things.
So I always get hounded for update. How about I do a toolbox update when you guys get my video to 1,000 views I uploaded yesterday? Because it's getting 0 traction, and I really liked the video.
I won't lie, I still watch it.
Right, I'm sure none of you have watched it.
I don't watch any.
I haven't watched anything on YouTube either. I take that back. I watched one video on YouTube last night, and it was 30 ways to cook a pizza.
I've been playing with the side-by-side. I've been doing a video on that one because I got a whole bunch of Go Fast parts for it. So I've been doing that this weekend.
I've watched quite a few videos on YouTube, which is more than I would normally do, but entire weekend off, nowhere to go. Got a chance to head over to How to Automotive. He did a gear wrench, 90-tooth ratchet, I think, versus another one. Watched that. That was cool. Went over to VCG Construction. He had the router that he did with the Milwaukee, so that was kind of cool. I think BS Small Engines had one. I watched it. Kuhn had one. I was like, so I just kind of started scrolling through, trying to catch up on videos that I had missed. But most of the ones that I watched, it's not I don't know if it's a notification. You know where you scroll through your phone, and it's like, if you like this, you might like this. If you like this, you might like this. These are the
sucker clicks. That's what they call them.
That's called the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I just sit there and just as I'm sitting here drinking coffee in my bed, watching one after the other, I'm like, oh fuck, it's almost noon. I got to get up.
Have you guys
experienced TikTok? John Pratt, the right over my shoulder, that is a 1970 Nova, and you can go to my channel right now. I did a video about the entire restoration process. So go ahead, go to my video, check out the entire restoration project of that Nova right there.
Hashtag shameless plug.
I've seen enough Novas. I want to see more about the Challenger. Supercharge it, pimp it out, drag race it, put slicks. I want to see the Challenger, man.
Wait, what's on the other? What's on the other side?
What's behind you?
Is it Jeep?
The Cherokee and the Nova.
And then over there. Oh, that's the Nova.
Yeah.
It almost looked like a Challenger from here, and you're like, that's why I made fun of you being at the Chrysler dealership still, because I'm like,
the Chrysler dealership. I gotcha.
Up in front of it, all you see is a flat grill and the stripes that they're known for having, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, this guy's a fucking true Chrysler guy. And then you're like, I quit Chrysler. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe he just likes the fucking car lineup, you know?
Hey,
I'm a Jeep guy. I love a Jeep. What's up?
Hey, Baker, what happened to the Lancer?
I sold it. I made a huge profit.
It's gone?
It's gone. I sold it for $5,000.
Time to sell the Nova and get a Challenger then.
Oh, that'll never
No, that won't happen.
The Nova's never going away. I was this close to buying a WRX, and then the shit hit the fan, which is bananas. And now I keep thinking, I'm about to do it again. There's a real cheap RX-8 not far from here.
No, not RX-8.
Just as another flip. Just another cheap Japanese car to flip.
Dude, if you do that, Kyle and I will personally drive to your house and punch you in the face.
I paid over $2,000 on the Lancer.
I don't care.
Don't punch him in the face. Punch him in the dick. It'll hurt more.
Yeah.
It will hurt more if you
Hey,
can find it.
Matt stopping in here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. So a couple of the other guys, they made a comment on a couple of the new products that I was hinting at on the Toolbox tour. And yes, I can say that the new products coming out that are going to be announced in April are going to be from Toolbox Widget. He has got some really awesome socket and plier organization coming out. It's going to get announced in April. You probably won't see product in April, but it will be announced in April. I've seen them. I can't say anything about them, but I've seen them. And we'll just say that's why I haven't done anything with my socket storage within my box, because that's what I'm waiting.
Wait, are they black?
I can't say so.
Are they white?
No.
Are they green?
Captain.
I will say this, though.
Yes.
Okay.
So I did recently have a few pickups from the Icon tool lineup, which I still like and fancy. But I think I've used the sockets and ratchets enough to the point where I'm ready to pull something different in. I keep getting asked about Capri tools, the gear wrench set, the Job Smart set by other people. So I'm like, okay. So I brought all the sockets and shit home, and I put them in this box now for at the house. Now I'm already kind of keeping my eye out on the next affordable, like DIY mechanic set, because people have all these questions. What about the Hart mechanic set? What about the Job Smart set? What about the gear wrench set? So I'm like, okay, we'll bring all the Icon crap home, and now we'll try out a different set at work and put it through the same paces for the next 6 to 12 months, if that's possible. Because I've had these now for over, I think, between 6 and 8 months, if I'm not mistaken. It might be closer to 6.
Yeah.
So everyone's got their feel for it, and they're like, all right, enough, switch it up. So I'm like, well, fuck you guys, give me the money to switch it up. So give me a second, and I'll try it out. You guys want to know Craftsman? I did the Craftsman. You guys want to know about Icon? I did the Icon. Slow down. I can't just keep buying socket set after socket set, so I'm going to try one more. I'm really leaning on gear wrench, but I've gotten more requests for either Job Smart or Hart. What do you guys think for the next mechanic set to try out?
That's a good question right there.
I have a question for everybody that's in here right now. Right, a show of hands. Who has not used an Icon tool?
Have not.
I a few weeks ago, I bought a set of their ratcheting standard wrenches. I have any ratcheting standards, and they're ratcheting wrenches. So no, as of a month ago, I
Yeah.
Jeepin says Job Smart. That set was a pretty damn good deal too. I want to say it was like $130 for like a 218-piece set. I think I posted the picture on Instagram a while back.
Now, somebody earlier asked if we saw the Milwaukee right angle impact wrench coming. I did a post on that on Instagram. I think Brian did also. That new, dude, I'm looking forward to that one. That looks super awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that one.
Now, the other thing that I'm scared about with all of this happening and going on is Milwaukee is supposed to have their big NPS conference in June.
Yeah.
God, do I hope that doesn't get canceled.
Yeah, I know. I'm fingers crossed. Looking forward to that one. That's a fun time. I've been to it twice now, and they roll out the red carpet for everybody that goes to it, and it's a lot.
Especially since they've already paid for plane tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure airlines aren't going to be giving refunds anytime soon, considering everything.
Oh,
no, tickets are cheap as shit
really
right now.
It's over by then.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't get canceled because it really is a good time, and there's a lot of great. There's only a handful of automotive guys that even go to it. Last year, I think there were 6 of us guys there, and the year before that was 7 or 8. Before that, so there's not a lot of automotive representation, for us.
Uh-huh.
So and every time I go to the event and because you get all this stuff in advance, all the information in advance. It's a huge boost on the channel also because no one else in the country has this information, and you get this stuff, and it's a huge boost every year. So I always look for it for that reason as well.
That and their tools are just so awesome that, I mean, I literally don't think that I've reviewed one Milwaukee tool that was a disappointment. Now, I'd have to say that each one has their own little flaws here and there, but I've never had a Milwaukee tool that was just like, yep, that's a flop.
Yeah. No, I
have
Oh, yeah.
Which one was that?
pretty much everything that I own. The tools themselves are great. They got the power. But within a year, you're going to have battery issues, connectivity issues. You're going to slop around and it just kills it. It doesn't work. And they have a 21-day turnaround. And then this whole virus thing happened. I got one battery back, and it took a month to get it. They still have my 18-volt, and I still have 2 more batteries to send in, one M12 and one other 18.
I have not tried the refund or the warranty process on the batteries.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for 2 more batteries to be changed around, and I'm still waiting for 1 more to come back, and it's been over a month now. So
That's definitely a good thing to point out, though.
tools are good. They're batteries and the way it fits, and it just
I will say that
I've only broken one.
I'll say Milwaukee tools are pretty beefy because I've put one underneath a lift and lowered it.
Yeah, he did.
And bent the lift.
How the 4-post lifts, they have the ramps on the end, so when the lift goes up, the ramp just kind of folds down. Well, he had the tool sitting right here, so when we lowered the ramp just kind of squished it. It didn't break the tool; it bent the ramp.
And that ramp is thick gauge metal. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was a right angle drill with one of the small batteries on it, and it I found this the other day when I was doing my toolbox tour. It actually squished the end of the battery, so I can't set it upright anymore. It's got like a disc on the bottom of it, so it just goes.
That battery's about to blow up.
Probably.
let me ask you this, guys: have you ever had a mystery flaw because tools are borrowed that you look at and go, "What the fuck happened?" I had LXT, right? Everyone loves my Makitas. They come over and grab the drill. They come over and grab the hex driver all the time. I went to grab it one day. I looked over. Not only is it a little bit discolored, but it's melted and cracked on the corner. And I looked at it and I'm like, well, that's funny. I've never dropped it. What the fuck happened? My boss starts laughing. He goes, what happened? I said, I don't know. You tell me. Everyone borrows this damn thing. And he goes, holy crap. I'm like, who set it on top of a hot-ass engine? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, somebody did. It's clearly burned, and it's cracked the fucking battery. Oh, I'm still dealing with it. It still works, but yeah.
I got kind of upset when my $1,000 Snap-on new half-inch impact come back with a bunch of scrapes and scratches and beat-up case all down the one side, and I'm just, Well, that one is hidden in the back of the toolbox.
Wasn't me.
Did anybody come forward?
Nope.
Now that I'm not there with you, I can let you know that it wasn't me. It really wasn't.
I think that my Snap-on pry bars that I bought was one of the first Snap-on tools I bought 10 years ago, have been the wicked stepchild of my toolbox. I've had one guy at the Chrysler dealership. He was, you get really upset at a car. Some guys can walk away and hold their cool. Some guys can't. This guy took my pry bar, son of a bitch, and throws it on the ground as hard as he can. And I looked down, I was like, don't ever do that to my pry bar again, or I'll never, ever let you borrow it. He'll say he moved on. Still held up, but it has a hairline crack across it. My current boss, he needed a pry bar one time. So he grabbed the longer one, and he goes to reef back because he needs the longer one for more leverage, right? Bent it into a C. A few months later, bent it into an S. A couple months later, chipped the fucking tip off, and I'm like, oh, my pry bars are just taking such a fucking beating. They're still in one piece, but god damn it. I went from a C bar to an S bar to a chipped S bar, and I'm like, That's the number. He's broken it on tools that I have, and we have no snap-on rep. But I'm like, you realize you've done more to my pry bar than I've had anyone else do to it yet.
I had a breaker bar turned into a bow and arrow with a crank bolt.
Oh no! How'd that happen?
Put a pipe wrench, or not a pipe wrench, but the jack handle on it, and just yanking on it, and it just bent that sucker. Looks like a big C. I warranted it, but it bent the crap out of it.
I got a lot of questions, or a lot of, I guess, review on my toolbox store on what to do with. We're just talking about warranty things. On my toolbox, I've got the bed liner top on mine, and it's got a couple of bubbles, very small ones at this point, that are happening right in it. Now, normally, if it's something that's like, oh yeah, just take that off and change that out real quick, but I've got both side lockers that are on and attached, and of course the shipping caster's off of it. The nice work top is on it and everything too. You know how long it's going to take to get down to that stupid top?
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt right there.
Yep.
To take that top
Just
off.
live with
You
it.
have to take the cabinets off.
Yeah, the cabinets are bolted onto the side portions, plus they have shipping casters, and then you have to take the inner casters off then for that because they don't turn. So you only have outside casters on those cabinets then.
That's a half-day project right there.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll
You
tell you,
just name them Bub and Bob, and you live with them.
Yes.
the first snap-on box I had the stainless steel top that was rhino lined, and it looked sexy as hell, right? I was like, oh, it looks so damn good. That green with black trim, the black rhino line top. I stained it within a month. I mean, granted, I had sold it and gotten out from underneath it, but I'll tell you what, it was kind of uncomfortable to lean on, so I had to have a rubber mat and everything. I've had the stainless steel top on this other box that I got here at the house. It's scratched as shit, but I haven't had to worry about discoloration, bubbling, or my arms having these big old dots on it like I just came out of a chiropractor with the needles that go in, you know?
Uh-huh.
I like having a smooth top.
I have the stainless top on my box, and it's been holding up pretty good. I don't care too much about if it gets scratched or not, though. I just want it to be functional and work. Pretty much all my
I've liked my Rhino line top. I haven't had any other issues, and I've beat on a bunch of stuff on it, but I just noticed those 3 little bubbles, and they're not enough right now to make me want to do anything, especially with that much work ahead of me on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just got to asking with the Snap-on guy, I'm like, hey, just showing this to you, and it's on video now, just letting you know for future, if it does happen, I want this taken care of. Now I got to see him like, so are you going to disassemble the box and change it all out for me also?
Yeah.
That would be
right.
huge.
I do not have a good relationship with my Snap-on rep at all. I mean, it's bad. I don't buy any Snap-on tools at all. I mean, I refuse to. Not the tool company, but the tool rep. He is just bad, and I won't deal with him.
It's all about the rep. We don't have a Mac tool dealer at our shop because of that, because the local Mac guy was so horrendous in our area that we fled him away so long ago, and he doesn't want to do any business with us. So
My Snap-on rep sucks.
Real quick to interject, want to say what's up to the maintenance man. What's going on, man?
Maintenance man in here. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Oh, Dick Skinner brought up, check if anybody's seen the price on the new Snap-on, the 1-inch impacts, the Super Duty impacts. They literally rate them at $1,500 or $1,600 for the low line one. It's like $8,000. For $9,000, you get one that's 2,000 foot-pounds. And then for $10,000, $9,995, you get one that's like 2,900 foot-pounds.
They're smoking space crack with that.
I'd rather have some schedules that they'll never update because their distributors go out of business faster than the toilet paper leaving the shelves right now.
I mean, honestly, what are you going to do with an impact that does that much torque?
Bridges.
Yeah, bridges. Yeah.
Nothing with us.
But again, what bridge builder is going to be looking in? I'm going to go buy Snap-on tools.
Well, this might be another one for Mr. NC Baker with his Pornhub thing. What can you do with that much torque?
I can do quite a bit.
You can do some damage.
Some nasty things would happen.
Good.
1-inch torque.
The thoughts, they're just running.
One guy said he has the DeWalt 20-volt half-inch impact ready to review. He didn't live too far away from us. I'd be willing to, but I'm wanting to get. I'm trying to see about going in with somebody else on getting a new instrument for measuring torque here for impacts. It's a pretty expensive piece of equipment. It's like $4 or $5 grand. So kind of looking at that one for hopefully later on this summer. I think it'd be awesome for the channel to be able to, directly measure the torque output of these bigger, heavier duty tools. Because right now, aside from just measuring the torque output on just hand tools, not a lot of the testing equipment that I have or the industry has that's easily available is able to read any of the larger impacts that we have anymore. So.
Bill,
what I'd be interested in is the torque loss with the battery as the battery voltage goes down. That's what I would be interested in.
Yep. The torque loss on that one, as well as the different styles of sockets, because you know how some of the sockets just, some fit a little bit better than other ones, or, how much torque loss is actually lost between an extension.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or always with their BS, their nut busting torque of 1,300 foot-pounds when you only have a working torque value of like 875.
Yeah. Bill Baggett, tech weighs under 200 pounds. The tool will be flipping the tech, not turning the fastener.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for Brian. He posted on Instagram a nice little short video clip. I was looking for the video this morning. I don't think, maybe I didn't see the title correctly. Your daughter was doing brakes on her car. Did you ever do the video on that? Because I was going to ask you, when did you start her off in showing her how to do things mechanically? Because I'm trying to get my girls working up to the interest level, but it's not 100% there yet. My 11-year-old, she doesn't mind doing the woodwork stuff. But if I'm doing stuff with the car, I get this is boring. I'm going inside on my tablet.
Yeah.
So.
I did it when we did do the video. There is a video on it, complete video. She did the front brakes, and her boyfriend did the rear brakes on her car. And then I started them out as soon as they got their license. And driving, I took them out. This is how you change a tire. This is how you check the oil, that type of stuff. And my daughter, she's actually into cars, so I invited. So it was actually her idea to do the video. So she has more passion about cars probably than I do. It's kind of crazy.
That's really
scary.
cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. My girls always want to go to the shop with me. Like if I'm working on something with a van or something like that, and I'll take them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's get. I want to do stuff." And then as soon as we get to the point where it's like getting dirty, they're like, "No,
I'm gonna play tag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on your stool and spin around."
Yeah,
For my son, I just want to use every tool in your toolbox.
This is true.
Every single one. Like, I don't want to work on what you're working on. I just want to go grab a tool, find something for me to use this on.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 3 daughters, and only one is into the cars out of the 3.
Hey, 1 out of 3 or not, that's not a bad odd. At least you got one.
Yeah.
And how old are your daughters?
19, 18, and 14.
Oh, I'm like the younger version then, because when all 3 of mine right now, they'll be 13, 16, and 18 or 19 right in there. I'm going to have a house full of hormones. I'm going to live in the garage when they get to this age. This is my plan. So it's taken me a long time to get everything accommodated, but I'm working on it,
I'm gonna have to start planning for that at this point, because mine are 12 and 9. So I'm gonna have to start figuring out where my safe panic room is.
Yeah.
Kyle's garage.
I got one boy.
Garage.
That's it. I'm good to go.
There you go.
All you guys all got stuck with daughters.
Well,
Yeah.
no, technically I got 2 boys and 2 girls, but with the household that I'm living in, I got 3 girls and then the wife. So for me, there's only one guy in the house. Makes it a little bit difficult when it comes to decision making because all the girls, when I tell them to do something, they immediately they go and they look at their mother.
Now I have my daughter's boyfriend's coming around and wanting me to teach them and work with them.
Well, there you go.
That'd be cool.
Then you can find out if they're worthy or not.
Yeah, that's pretty much how.
Can
Yeah.
you turn a wrench? No. Get the hell out of here.
How'd the daddy's daughter talk go with him? Was
Yeah.
there a firearm involved?
A cordless, Milwaukee cordless involved.
No, that's been good so far. Yeah.
Yeah, my father-in-law, he only had daughters. And so when I came on and was actually helping him with his house projects and fixing his boat and going up to his shop and working on his cars, I knew I was in. I was golden.
Yeah.
Never said anything about the Pornhub.
You know the
That
old
would've been a deal breaker.
Yeah, no, that's
The,
on wraps.
that the old school story of the father cleaning the shotgun I don't think applies anymore. But I think if you had the Milwaukee half-inch cordless and the new boyfriend comes in with their man bun, you just grab that fucking man bun and go, I swear to God, goddamn hair. You better bring her back by 9 o'clock, you know?
I told him
I
I
like-
put wobble socket.
Hunter says have a sawzall in hand. There you go.
I told him I put
Either that or a
wobble
big butane torch.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid to go back to prison, son. But that brings up something else that's really cool. So last week I did a Nifty Tools of the Week video where I'm going to give away the 92 ratchets from Gear Wrench that I received to do some reviews on. Well, for that one giveaway, I just told people, hey, I just want to hear from my subscribers and hear some of the cool things that you guys are working on. I shit you not, I've started going through some of those, and I am at 175 entries for this one.
Nice.
So people who have put in short stories from 175 people, dude, there's some crazy stories out there. There's some really cool ones. In fact, I think I'm actually going to make a video with some of the top stories. Like, wow, that's really, really awesome. You know, to be able to see some of the stories of this stuff that these guys are working on from their families that they're getting involved. You know, these guys are like, yeah, I've given my son a new set of tools each time. Instead of putting whatever money away for this, I'm giving him things that will make use for this. So it's cool to see that one and
That's
see
cool.
how they actually interact and put families into the projects that they're making.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can't wait till my daughter's old enough to come out to the garage with me. She'll come out now, but all she does is play inside the cars and honks the fucking horn at me.
And then thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, as I hit my head on the hood. What the hell? The other day, she has one of those Jeep RC cars, and we let her play outside now, and she had the hood popped and was like just playing in there. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I got to fix my car." And I was like, "All right, you're going to be okay, girl."
My 5-year-old, she's like my miniature version of me. She loves coming out here and periodically, which I asked her to stay inside for the stream, but she'll come out here periodically. She wants to get on the orange bike because that's her bike. She's already claimed it. She goes, the green
Nice.
side is the orange one's mine. She'll make me pick her up and put her on it, and she knows how to turn the key, start it up. She knows how to like do this with the thing. I'm like, okay, so you got that in you. She likes opening the drawers and playing with stuff. Before I got this blue one, I have the red one. She'll come out here. She knows what drawer is the snack drawer. So she'll immediately open it up and take my candy out, and she'll run away with it. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, it's snack time. And she'll take off, and I'm like, okay.
Well, that was your fault letting her know where the snack drawer was.
Well, I just told her, I said, we're not going to eat all these tonight. They're going to stay in here, and we're just going to have only one per night, and we're not going to get too crazy. So she knows the snack drawer. And I can leave them in here all day while I'm at work. I'll come back. They'll all still be here. But at night, she'll come out. She knows which one it is. She'll open it up. She'll grab her little candy treat out of there and close it on up.
I keep thinking to bring it back to those gear wrench ratchets. I keep thinking about setting up or getting a set of those. I have Milwaukee ratchets here, and they're fucking skipping on me.
So
And it drives me crazy. I was thinking Milwaukee was decent.
I got a lot of negative comments about the 92th ratchet video that I posted on Facebook. People saying, I've already got 120 XP. Fuck your 92th. And I was like, hang on a minute. I've had 120 XP. None of them had comfort grip. The reason why there's a 90 is because it went from, I think, a single paw to a dual paw, and it has a comfort grip. So it's a lot more quality, plus you get the comfort grip option. That's why they're doing the 92th, because they couldn't do the 120. If they could, there'd be no 90. But I think someone needs to do a video to explain that, and I just can't do it.
That's what I did on that video where I took the head apart and showed that, hey, when you're getting up into the 100, 144, they're not actual, that many teeth on the one cog. That's only half that amount, and it engages half the paws in this time, and then this one's off by half a tooth, and it'll grab one back and forth. So you're only gripping half the amount of teeth that you could possibly grip with one single paw.
Yeah.
Ron, I have a question for you.
What's up, yo?
Did Kyle really count the teeth in the gear wrench ratchets?
I'm telling you, I did.
I was not. Wait, was I there for that?
No, it was after work.
No, I wasn't there for visual.
No, you weren't there, Ron. You weren't there.
Okay, so this is Kyle we're talking about.
Right.
I wasn't there to see it, but knowing Kyle, he was there going.
I was going to say, paint pen like a ringing pinion to look for the ratio.
We'll put it this way.
That's just too much, man. I cannot tell you how funny I find that. Like, I just want to picture Kyle sitting there.
I don't doubt for a minute that Kyle would sit there, take it apart, and physically count every tooth with, like, sitting there with a magnifying glass and a freaking pocket screwdriver going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because I want to be that one guy that gets through counting. I'm like, all right, they're saying that this is a 90-tooth ratchet, but in all reality, it's only 89. So their marketing department way off here. I lost count on counting that thing 3 times.
It's funny.
If I would have been on,
I find it so funny.
12.
So there was one thing that Capri Tools did recently on Instagram. I thought it was a pretty nice idea for a giveaway. I'm like, damn, I remember doing this shit in grade school, but I would have never thought of it had they not done it. They took a picture of an old mason jar filled with 10-millimeter quarter-inch sockets and said, if you can guess the number, you'll win the giveaway. And I was like, that's so fucking cool. Of course, I didn't do it. I didn't have a need for whatever they were giving away. I just thought that was cool. They did a mason jar full of 10-millimeter sockets. They're like, guess how many? And I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe 100. That was like 2-something, 60. That's a pretty good idea. Do that with 8-millimeter.
So really, we're not losing them. Capri Tools just comes in and steals them from all the shops.
I said, can you imagine doing a 5.5-millimeter count in a mason jar?
Oh, God.
If you can guess. That'd be a lot of 5.5 millimeters, and then if you can guess it right, we'll give one away to each subscriber or something like that, and just mail it in an envelope.
That's funny.
I got a tip on the giveaways. When you're using the hashtag, don't use the giveaway hashtag. And the reason why is there's a lot of freeloaders looking for giveaways, and they'll jump on there. They just get the giveaway, and they don't care about what you're giving away.
Oh yeah, the one time that we did a giveaway on the live stream here, the one time that I put the hashtag giveaway in the description and everything, we got bombed by a bunch of German hackers.
Oh yeah, the trolls.
And we got totally inundated by like 30 German whatever speaking people in the chat and flooded everything.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of damage control on that chat. Like, he was sitting here doing everything else. I'm sitting here with the computer and the keyboard, just like ban.
Yeah, I haven't done one in like at least 6 months. I used to do them all the time. It used to be a regular thing. The reason why I stopped was, well, one, a handful of people that I would give stuff away for, they would stop watching, or they wouldn't say I got it or anything like that. The other thing is that as it got down to where it was just stickers, like, right, I got these stickers I had made up. I thought they were kind of cool. They cost me like $3 to $5 a piece. I was like, oh, I'll mail a couple off. I got so busy with everything going on in my own personal life, I never got them mailed off. I got a lot of resentment comments as a result. They're like, I'm unsubbing. You're not true. You didn't mail it out. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Look, I didn't mail it off. I'll get to it. Someone's like, I guess I'll see it maybe next year. You know what? Forget it. It ain't worth it. Okay? They're free. It's supposed to be something nice. If you got it, you got it. Look, I'm sorry I didn't get them mailed off. There was 3 stickers that I failed to mail off. Everything else has been mailed off that I never got any kind of thank you. I received it. But if you didn't mail it off, of course, the 3 stickers that were the cheapest items that I ever gave away, they didn't get them. So now all of a sudden everyone hates it from it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not doing it. No more gift card, no more stickers. I'm over it.
I let the companies do the shipping. So I set them up where the companies ship out the stuff. Yeah.
I like to do that when at all possible. Always that, that just puts it on them. Like, hey, I pass your information along. It's there. It's on them now at this point. Here's my email. I forward it to the person who, it's going to also. Like, here, information was sent. Done.
Yeah, done.
Hey, do you think it's safe to buy things off Wish yet?
No.
I was asking about merch. I know that you guys do the merch occasionally for the toolbox that you give away. The tool crate box.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wanted like T-shirts or something like that could be made available at the end of the video. I told them, I'm like, I've talked, and I don't know how it is for you. I'm not going to ask you to expose it or anything like that. But I asked a handful of other people that had the link thing that's automated that they don't have to do anything with. It's just automatically generated. And they're like, yeah, I think I get like 10 cents per shirt. They take care of everything. I'm like, okay. For me, I was thinking, I went to that website. I saw the shirts they were making and how they made them and whatever graphics they had. Someone's like, you should do merch. And I was like, everything that I could buy as far as a T-shirt is concerned, you could go to the same exact website, make the same exact shirt, pay the same exact money. So for me, I just don't see any reason in actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to put a little beer mug thing up there that says cheers and put my name somewhere? You go ahead. You do whatever you're going to do. For me, it's just an extra thing that I have to figure out how to do to put on the channel. And I'm not a sticker T-shirt guy. I did the stickers. They're cool. I stick them on what I want, and I give them to whoever I want. I've done like 3 or 4 care packages. I call them care packages to people that I've known for a long time. Like I thought about mailing something off to you, and then also maybe like Dick, and then Jay Young. There's a handful of things I got for free from these other companies that were like, yeah, whatever. I checked them out. If you guys didn't check them out, you can do your own review. You can re-give it away afterwards. Like Bearded Yak, and he had a hammer that he was sending around to have signed. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, if I got something for free that no one else had tested out, if I just resend it to the next guy, to the next guy, to the next guy, and it keeps going around, maybe the guys at the smaller channels that don't get offered the free stuff, it'll give them an opportunity to share their own thoughts and opinions and do their own testing with it. That's what I thought would be kind of cool.
That's true.
I'm right there with you, Justin. I mean, granted, I've been out of the loop on YouTube for a couple months now, but I mean, even
62 days.
Shut up. Even though that's the case, God, you gotta be that way, don't you?
He's all looking through your shit. He's like, exactly 62 days and 3 hours.
You want to be exact about it? Hang on, we'll be exact about it. Let's be this anal Kyle guy and be like, oh, it's got
10 hours,
30 seconds.
Urban, I am announcing the giveaway on that one with a video coming out this week. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a Wednesday or a Friday video this week, but I will go through and have the giveaway video announced this week.
63 days, 9 hours. How's that sound for you? Is that better?
How many minutes and seconds?
It doesn't tell me. But anyways, I was on the same boat as you. Like I when I got to about 1,000 subscribers, I was like, man, I should do some like stickers and stuff like that. And I'm sitting at 2,100 subscribers now, and I still have yet to do stickers or anything like that.
I have a website that's up and just about rolling, ready to go. Been almost ready for 3 months and just haven't finished it.
I did the Teespring thing when it came out. With the,
Teespring, that's what I was thinking of. Teespring.
Yep.
Yeah, I make like $10 a month off of it. It's not just like, you know, I don't know. It's not worth really.
No, yeah, you're right. Like that's what I was saying. I was talking with Dana Tools. Dana Tools has a Teespring thing. He said it's like maybe 10 cents or 5 cents per
Yeah,
thing
it's
sold, whether it's a T-shirt or sticker. It's like sticker, okay, 1 penny or 2 pennies.
Mhm.
If it's a T-shirt, maybe 5 or 10 pennies.
Yeah.
He uploads the image and it goes on a shirt. They decide where it goes and what quality it is.
Yep.
You think about it. I mean, anyone can go to Teespring, make their own shit, and be like, here you go. Here's what I want exactly. So if I tell them it's only in black and white, but they go to Teespring and they're like, I want it in blue. They can do the same exact fucking thing and they can pay the same exact amount, you know?
Yeah. I did it last year. I made for the whole year, I made $88. That's for the whole year. So it wasn't worth it. Yeah.
See, and that's the same thing with me. It's like I thought about doing it, and I'm like, who's gonna buy my crap? I mean, who's gonna buy a T-shirt that's got a cartoon picture of me on it? I mean, you know, who's gonna buy a coffee mug that's got my face on it? Who wants to look at my face every morning besides, you know, the people in this house, which they probably don't want to look at my face either.
No, here's the thing. And,
I want to look at
I'm not
Ron.
in it to make the money part. I thought in the beginning when I first started doing it, I just thought it was cool that I had something to offer.
Yeah.
After a while, here's my first mistake when I started doing T-shirts. I was paying $25 a pop, and I was like, cool, I'll sell them for $26 or $27. Shipping cost me more than that. Next thing you know, I'm at $30. So I was upside down, $300 on a $600 order of shirts, and I was like, okay, no, not doing this again. Took me 3 months to mail it all off because of shipping, tariffs, and everything else. I'm not doing it. They're like, look into Teespring, and I'm like, this is a less quality shirt than what I was originally buying, and I was actually spending money on. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. No, that's not worth it.
Some guys can do it, some can't. Kudos to you if you want to. I just don't have it. I mean, like I figured, you like the channel, great. You don't, it's whatever. I don't have any merch. You want merch? I'm wearing a jersey. Go to Fans. It's at the mall. You can buy it there. $120. Go buy your own jersey with signature on it. I mean, hey, I don't got to sell them. They're there. Just go to your local mall.
We had a couple other guys stop in here. Cali Auto Tech. He's got a pretty good channel as well. Voltage Drop Diagnostics. He's rocking it pretty good on being able to get some really cool content out as well. And Kodiak Truck stopping in. Mark from way up in Wisconsin. You guys haven't seen my videos doing the big transfer case builds and everything. He does an awesome job. And actually, I'm hoping to be able to go back up there here in the next month or so is what I'm kind of hoping on. Do some more Duramax content. Get that back onto the channel. Haven't done some Duramax stuff for a little while.
Better hope you can travel in about a month.
I drive that truck wherever I want, yo. I ain't gonna stop.
A road trip would be a good thing to do right now.
Yeah, exactly. Road trips.
Yeah, this comes from the guy who got stopped because he was questioning.
I did. So legit, this last year I got stopped. Well, on my way up to Michigan, I was going up to Truck Masters to do a video up there with him, and I got stopped on the highway because the guy said, I was just following your truck for a couple miles because I thought it looked really cool. Like, that's the reason he was following me.
And pulled him over for that reason.
Pulled me over and then realized that, yes, I got my new tags on my truck, but I didn't get my new license renewed, my actual physical license in my wallet, because I didn't do that one over the mail.
Damn.
So I'm like, great, nice.
And I'm laughing my ass off about half a mile behind him, just watching him get pulled over.
Kodiak Truck's got a good one. You do your road trip with masks, look like you're ready to do a bank job. Yeah, I'm going to drive all the way up to Wisconsin in a big smiling presidential mask or something.
Yeah.
Nope, got to shave the beard for that.
No. That doesn't.
Donations going. If you want Kyle to shave his beard, let's get those donations going. Smash a thumbs up like it would a $2.
I'll donate to that.
Come on, we get 100 thumbs up and $100 donation, he'll shave it. I swear to God he will. Let's do it.
Me and McBeth had a bet at one time.
How much?
We were going to do a bet on a video who could get more views on a certain shop subject. He's like, I think we could do it. Either I would shave my beard or he would shave his head. Because look at that mop.
Jeez. Freaking Shaggy over here.
All right, guys. Well, I think we are about at time. There's just a couple of minutes left until some of the other guys start to do their live streams and everything here. So I wanted to thank everybody who stopped in to check us all out tonight, hang out with some of these sweet YouTubers here. Myself, Captain Ron, Mr. McBake, Justin Dow, and the
How to Automotive.
How to Automotive.
I got you,
Brian.
man. I got you, Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
Thank you, Ron.
Brian from How to Automotive. He doesn't come on here enough. We'll have to have him back on here, hopefully for another Tech Talk Live here in the near future.
And don't forget about Everyday Fleet Tech, who was here earlier as well.
That's right.
Brian, hit me up sometime on IG. I'll shoot you my number. We'll chit chat. Now that I know you're a local Cali guy, maybe we'll get together and do some shit.
Right on, I'll do it.
Sweet.
Make him connect.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in tonight. If you guys have any other questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments afterwards. I will be keeping tabs on that one. Got some great stuff coming out next week, as well as the gear wrench giveaway on my channel. If you haven't checked that video out, it was on the Nifty Tools video from last week. I will be doing the drawing for that coming up this week. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will catch everybody later. See ya.
You guys stay awesome.
See ya. You guys stay